Top 8 Deadliest Freshwater Animals in Australia. Australia is home to some of the most dangerous wildlife on Earth. But while most people focus on sharks in the ocean or snakes in the outback, there's another side of Australia that can be just as deadly. Hidden beneath murky rivers, lurking in tropical billabongs, or buzzing around freshwater wetlands are animals that have injured, poisoned, and in some cases killed people across the country. For this list, we're only looking at animals that live in, depend on, or regularly use freshwater environments. No ocean predators, no marine jellyfish. Just the creatures you're most likely to encounter around Australia's rivers, creeks, wetlands, and waterholes. And one more thing. This ranking isn't based only on who looks the scariest. It's based on the likelihood of causing serious harm to humans through attacks, venom, or documented disease transmission. Before we get started, I want to know your pick. What animal do you think is going to take the #1 spot? Crocodile? Bull shark? Maybe a venomous snake? Drop your guess in the comments right now, and let's see how many people get it right. Also, comment where you're watching from. We're starting at number 8 and working our way to the deadliest freshwater animal in Australia. And trust me, the #1 spot isn't what most people expect. 8. Australian freshwater crocodile. Australia's freshwater crocodile lives across rivers, lagoons, and billabongs throughout Western Australia, the Northern Territory, and parts of Queensland. At first glance, it looks like a smaller version of the infamous saltwater crocodile. Most adults reach 2 to 3 meters in length and typically weigh between 40 and 90 kilograms. They have long, narrow jaws designed for catching fish, frogs, and small prey rather than tackling large mammals. Unlike saltwater crocodiles, freshwater crocs are generally shy and avoid people whenever possible. That's the good news. The bad news is that they can become highly defensive when cornered, disturbed, or approached too closely. If threatened, they'll bite fast and with surprising force. Their teeth are razor sharp, and even a defensive bite can cause serious injuries. Most incidents happen when people accidentally approach nesting sites, attempt to handle the animal, or get far too close while swimming or fishing. The reason this species ranks lower is simple. Compared to several animals still ahead, documented fatal attacks are extremely rare. Still, a 3-meter reptile with a mouth full of knives is not something you want sneaking up behind you. And speaking of predators that show up where people least expect them. Bull shark. Most people think sharks belong in the ocean. Bull sharks disagree. Bull sharks are one of the few shark species capable of surviving in both saltwater and freshwater. In Australia, they've been recorded far upriver in Queensland and northern river systems, sometimes dozens or even hundreds of kilometers from the coast. Adults commonly grow between 2.5 and 3.5 meters long and can weigh more than 200 kilograms. Their bite force is estimated to exceed whopping 300 pounds per square inch, making them one of the strongest biters among sharks. What makes bull sharks dangerous isn't just size, it's attitude. These sharks are aggressive, territorial, and comfortable hunting in low-visibility water. Murky rivers reduce reaction time for both shark and human, creating conditions where accidental attacks become more likely. Most encounters occur during swimming, fishing, boating, or water sports in river systems connected to the sea. Thankfully, attacks in freshwater environments remain uncommon. But the possibility of meeting a large apex predator while standing knee-deep in a river earns bull sharks a spot on this list. And now we're moving from an animal that definitely eats meat to one that mostly eats fish, but still manages to terrify anglers. 6. Murray cod. The Murray cod is Australia's largest freshwater fish and one of the most iconic predators in the Murray-Darling Basin. Massive individuals can exceed 1.5 meters in length and weigh more than 100 kilograms. Historical reports suggest some fish may have grown even larger before modern fishing regulations. Their enormous mouths create a powerful vacuum effect when feeding. Fish, yabbies, frogs, birds, and almost anything small enough to fit can disappear in an instant. Now, Murray cod are not known for hunting humans, but large specimens can strike with surprising force. Divers and anglers occasionally report startling encounters when these giant fish investigate movement underwater. In murky conditions, a sudden impact from a fish the size of a refrigerator can be enough to send someone's heart rate into orbit. Human injuries are extremely uncommon, which is why the Murray cod ranks lower than venomous species and major predators. Still, if a 100-kilogram fish decides to inspect your leg underwater, you're probably going to remember it for the rest of your life. Quick favor. If you're enjoying the video so far, leave a like and subscribe. It helps the channel grow, helps me keep making these wildlife rankings, and gives me a perfectly reasonable excuse to spend hours researching animals. Now let's talk about something much smaller and far more dangerous. 5. Australian paralysis tick. The paralysis tick is proof that size means absolutely nothing when it comes to danger. Adult females are only a few millimeters long. Yet they produce a powerful neurotoxin capable of causing paralysis in animals and serious medical emergencies in people. These ticks are commonly found in moist vegetation near freshwater habitats, forests, wetlands, and creek systems along Australia's east coast. After attaching to a host, the tick slowly feeds while releasing toxin into the bloodstream. Symptoms can include weakness, breathing difficulties, and progressive paralysis if left untreated. Thousands of pets are affected every year, and human cases are documented regularly. Because they're small, people often don't notice them until symptoms begin developing. Unlike crocodiles or sharks, you won't see this threat approaching. The paralysis tick ranks here because severe reactions can occur, but fatalities in humans are now uncommon due to improved awareness and treatment. Unfortunately, the next animal can make a single step feel like a life-changing mistake. 4. Freshwater stonefish are masters of disguise. Some species occur in estuaries and freshwater-influenced environments across northern Australia, blending perfectly with rocks, mud, and river bottoms. Most stonefish grow between 30 and 40 centimeters long. Their real weapon isn't size, it's venom. Along their back sit sharp dorsal spines connected to venom glands. Step on one, and those spines can inject an incredibly painful venom. Victims often describe the pain as immediate, intense, and overwhelming. Severe swelling, shock, and medical emergencies can occur. The danger comes from how difficult they are to spot. Their camouflage is so effective that people can stand directly beside one without realizing it. Most incidents occur when wading through shallow water or accidentally stepping where a stonefish is resting. Stonefish rank this high because encounters can result in severe envenomation, but they generally don't actively pursue humans. The next animal, however, doesn't need camouflage. It relies on speed, venom, and being in the wrong place at exactly the wrong time. 3. Eastern brown snake. The eastern brown snake is responsible for a significant proportion of Australia's documented snakebite fatalities. Adults typically reach 1.5 to 2 meters in length, although larger specimens are occasionally recorded. Despite their relatively slender build, their venom is among the most potent of any land snake. These snakes often inhabit grasslands, farmland, wetlands, creek edges, and areas where rodents are abundant. Eastern browns are fast, alert, and capable of delivering multiple bites during defensive encounters. Most bites happen when people accidentally step near a snake, attempt to move it, or surprise it in vegetation. Their venom can affect blood clotting, the cardiovascular system, and other critical functions. The reason they rank above stonefish is simple. Human encounters are more common, and documented fatalities place them among Australia's most dangerous reptiles. But even the eastern brown snake cannot compete with the sheer size and power of our next entry. 2. Saltwater crocodile. This is the animal most viewers probably expected to see at number 1. Saltwater crocodiles regularly inhabit freshwater rivers, billabongs, floodplains, and inland waterways throughout northern Australia. Large males commonly exceed 5 meters in length and can weigh more than 700 kilograms. Exceptional individuals may grow even larger. Everything about this reptile is built for ambush. Powerful jaws, explosive acceleration, armored skin, and immense strength make it one of the world's most effective predators. A crocodile can remain almost completely submerged before launching from the water in seconds. Documented attacks on humans occur every year, and some have been fatal. Most incidents happen near water edges where people fish, swim, launch boats, or approach the shoreline without noticing a crocodile nearby. So why isn't it number 1? Because while crocodiles are terrifying, relatively few people actually encounter them compared to the animal that claims the top spot. And that brings us to the deadliest freshwater animal in Australia. 1. Mosquito. It's tiny, it's annoying, and it has probably ruined more Australian evenings than any animal on this list. But mosquitoes are also the deadliest freshwater-associated animals in Australia. Most mosquito species rely on freshwater habitats for breeding. Wetlands, floodplains, ponds, billabongs, and temporary pools provide ideal conditions for larvae. Adults are tiny, usually only a few millimeters long, but their impact is enormous. Mosquitoes can transmit diseases such as Ross River virus, Barma forest virus, Murray Valley encephalitis, and other mosquito-borne illnesses that affect Australians every year. Unlike crocodiles, snakes, or sharks, mosquitoes interact with millions of people annually. Their danger comes from scale. One crocodile may encounter dozens of people. A mosquito population can counter thousands. That's why, when measured by overall human impact and disease transmission, mosquitoes take the number 1 spot on today's list. They're not the biggest. They're not the strongest. But they are the freshwater animal most likely to affect human health across Australia. So those were the top 8 deadliest freshwater animals in Australia. From giant crocodiles and river sharks to venomous snakes, hidden stonefish, and a mosquito that somehow beat them all, Australia's inland waterways are full of wildlife that deserves respect. Now I want to hear from you. Do you agree with the ranking? Should saltwater crocodiles have taken the #1 spot? Did I leave out an animal you think deserved a place on the list? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe for more wildlife rankings, and I'll see you in the next one.